Hello, Cosmic Sisters. So, today, what I wanted to explore was something practical that we can do in relation to reincarnation. So, I've got the Rebel Heart Tarot, so go grab a deck. It can be this deck or another deck, and we're going to interact with our past lives or potential kind of subconscious realities in a way that will hopefully be quite informative. So, very simply, give your cards a shuffle. So you might want to take a few minutes to just take some breaths, to connect, to light some candles, to light some incense before you begin this. Maybe some nice background music. Just gentle themes and vibes to kind of really connect with the cards. And when you're ready, shuffle. You might want to make notes as well as you go along. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask the cards for some reflection on a past life we've lived. So we're not actually looking for the details of that life, but maybe some lessons that we did learn, that we're carrying through. So take a few breaths and have an intention to connect to the most relevant past life, the one that is informing your experience right now. Okay. So we're going to take 3 cards. So the first card relates to the mood, the feeling of that past life. So I've got the 6 of Swords. There's a kind of feeling of unfinished business there, halfway somewhere but not quite. Of course, you're taking your own card, so you can connect to what that is bringing for you. But this is the mood and feeling that past life is bringing to you in the present. Okay, second card, so you might want to shuffle again. It's a very specific question. What have you carried through from that past life that you are still trying to heal, resolve, create, change, shift within your life now? So it's like an unlearned lesson or an unfinished lesson. So my first card, unfinished business of some kind, feeling a heaviness that I'm carrying through, a journey elsewhere. So let me think of, for an example, I talked to you in the video the other day about the life where I was a nun, where I hated working in an orphanage and resented looking after babies. In this life, perhaps that unfinished business is having 3 babies and learning to love it and being quite au fait with it, and it's a journey elsewhere. Perhaps once I've got that out of the way, because I'm halfway, or that's my relationship with that life, once that's out of the way, then I can begin another lesson, maybe. So have a think about your cards in that respect. So this next card is, what is the lesson from that life that is unfinished that you are working on now? Okay. Okay, so obviously these are going to take some deep thinking with you. Like I can make some kind of brief questions or reflections as I go through each card based on my life and as an example. But for you, when you're doing this, you might want to sit with each card for a little while, make some notes, really think on them for a few days perhaps. So the lesson that I'm taking from a past life into this life is the Knight of Swords, which interestingly has come up quite a lot in readings for other people recently, so I'm quite familiar with the meaning of this card, or what I've been assigning as the meaning lately, because the cards shift and change. I think the lesson that I'm learning is to be able to move forward perhaps in powerful ways, to engage that youth-like energy, but also knowing when to stop and pause. And I think also this might be slightly thinking about my life as I know I'm very good at just charging ahead. And there's one interesting thing here, this little portal of clarity. I'm quite good at zooming past that, and I think this card might be a reflection on that. Like, yeah, you're good at moving fast and doing things and putting ideas into motion and making them happen, but how good are you, Alice, at stopping and glimpsing other possibilities? So what's your card? What's your second card? What does it come? And you can put them in the comments below. It would be really interesting. We could all comment on each other's and kind of do a collective group reading. So the second card is, what is the lesson that you are continuing to learn in this life, really? So first card, theme of that life that seems relevant now. Second card, the lesson that you're continuing to learn. And then finally, we'll take a third card, which is just, what would that life tell you if it could? What would that character, what would that person bring to you as information, as a message, as guidance, if that were possible? And it is possible. We're doing it now through the cards. Okay, so so if you know me, you know this is me and my two daughters. Obviously I have a son now, but this was before he was born. I guess he's there in my belly somewhere as an egg. Oh, that's beautiful. So for me, as an example, this would be saying, if that life could speak to me, it would be telling me to prioritize my kids and my relationships with wonderful people, not just my kids. I mean, this is very personal to me because it's me and my kids on the card, but to prioritize relationships and community and togetherness, and celebration, which is so beautiful, particularly at the point I'm at right now. A little Baba in there, might be able to see him, his little sleep in his palm after the school run. And then, you know, when you get your three cards, you can look across them and sort of see, all right, so what are they saying? And I can see there's these two cards, these messages from the past, well, the experiences and themes of the past life are kind of movement orientated, trying to get somewhere. Where is it I'm trying to get? What baggage am I carrying that I could drop? And then this is like, okay, you are dropping baggage and you are moving forward, you're putting boundaries in place, but you're not stopping. And then the guidance that life would have, if she could speak to me, say that nun who brought up all those babies and hated it, if she could speak to me, she'd be like, just be where you are, it's so beautiful. So quite moving cards, honestly, for me there, as an example. But I want you to do the same with your deck. Any deck you can use to do this and to reflect on. And if you're stuck, like I say, post the cards below, post them below anyway, so that we can all, if you're up for it, kind of comment on each other's. I will happily comment on people's cards too. I think you might be able to post a picture as well, so if you take a picture, would be helpful too, particularly if you're using another deck. But you can see how the cards have allowed us to tune in to that past life experience and to really get some quite poignant guidance. And I hope you get poignant guidance too, because it's actually quite straightforward. It's like, stop doing this and do this. That's my message. Yours might be very, very different and from a completely different direction, different lessons, different understandings. And if you, like I say, if you're uncertain, pop it below and I will hop on and comment. All right, intriguing. And the next thing will be a beautiful past life regression that I will take you all on via a meditation. It will be nice and gentle, nothing too spooky, and maybe we'll just get one or two things. I'll just open a portal towards that life beginning to inform this life in really healthy and powerful ways. I hope you're enjoying this week.